So good morning. So in the last class, we have been discussing about the various concepts of quality, definition of quality, and other things. So we will continue our discussion on quality. So before going into TQM, total quality management, so we will continue. First few classes, we will continue our focus on what is quality. And I told you last class, I told you. So whenever you want to make any purchase, first cost, price or cost, we will see the price and the next quality and then delivery, whether we are getting the products. For example, suppose very urgently you want a cooker. You go to a shop and they say the cooker will be available only after 1 week. Then that is not quality. They have to stop. So these three things are very, very important. Whenever you make a purchase decision, price is going to be very important. Unless, because you know very well, something if your price is very high means nobody is going to purchase that. And the next thing is quality, and the third one is delivery, and you have to deliver at the right time. That is going to be very important. And why this quality? Why should we focus on quality? So earlier, if you take some 40 years ago, so when I was a child, every product will have only one or two brands. For example, 30 years back, when television came to India, there were only two televisions all over India, Solidare Television and Dynara Television. Only two leading brands were there. Of course, maybe some other brands, no multinational companies were there, and only two. So in the we are forced, either you have to select Dynara or we have to select Solidare. Then there is no question. We have no choice. We have only two. Same for other products also. 40 years ago, if you take a toothpaste also, only 2 or 3 brands will be available. So now you know very well there is very severe competition. Any product, mobile phone, we have hundreds of brands. Television, we have so many companies offering television, and we are getting from other, so many multinational companies. Because all these things are happening because 1991 we decided to go for privatization and globalization. 1990. Before that, before 91, we only our products we were using and our products. So in 1991 we went for globalization and privatization, and now all companies are coming to India. So we have so many. So whenever there is so much competition, quality, the focus on quality comes. Unless otherwise you are going to give product with quality, nobody is going to buy. And this quality, there are two, we can have quality, because product quality and service quality, there is a very vast difference. So that's what this class we will focus, and later stages of the class we will go for TQM. And overall, holistically, we will try to go understand it. So there is a vast difference, product quality and service quality, because now service has become very important. So now Indian economy, previously, manufacturing was only wealth producing activity. Now, service has become very important. Software has come, insurance. So many people, they are making their living by means of service activities, service economy. So service is also very important. And what is quality in service? So that is also going to be, so that difference you must appreciate. So that's what in this class we are going to see. So first, I am going to show product quality. There are some 8 dimensions of product quality, and then later second half we will see service. There are some 5 dimensions. So you have to understand these dimensions, very important, and then only you will be able to appreciate about quality. And you know very well performance, you know the word. So will the product do the intended job in the field? So every product has got an intended job. So for example, this laptop means it has got a function. For a toothbrush, any product has got one main function. Mobile phone means it is going to be communication. So every product has to do the intended job properly. That is performance. Of course, I'm going to tell later stage, features are also very important. There are some products where features are, for example, if you take car, if you take mobile phone, features are also very important. So when you see what is the performance, the product, will it do the intended function? So it talks about the evaluation of the product or service performance with respect to certain functions and determine how well it performs from customer's perspective. And I'm going to tell later stage one of the dimensions, perception of quality. So that is entirely dependent on the customer. I'll give one good example where you will understand what is that perception of quality. So all these things, no, quality definition. I'm going to show the quality definition also. The customer voice is very important. Customer voice is very important. The customer should be satisfied. Customer should be delighted. Customer is the king or queen. Customer is the king or the queen. So that is what, because there is tough competition. Because when you are going to have a startup, or even when you are going to work, no, either if you are in service. For example, I am a teacher, service. So we have to give quality. You should know how to give quality service. Suppose if you are in the manufacturing industry, your contribution towards quality is very important. And next, second point is reliability, and third is durability. So there is a difference between reliability and durability. Don't get confused, because yesterday I made a mistake. I used the word reliability and durability interchangeably. That is not correct. There is a difference between reliability and. So how often the product can fail within a stipulated time? And you know, every product has got a life. You know very well. For example, television, if you are using for 10 hours a day, it should come for 7 years. If you are using a mobile phone, 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. If you are shoe, for example, if you take a shoe, it should come for 2 years. So these are all some life. For electrical bulb, for example, electrical bulb. My professor used to give an example, because I never knew. In electrical bulb, no, naturally, if it is a good bulb, it should work for 5,000 hours. 5,000 hours, because not the question of years, how often you are using. So for example, the electrical bulb, tube light or whatever bulb it is burning for 5,000 hours, that is a life. After that means it's a bonus. So this reliability is a problem in case of electronic components. You know very well, you might have seen something you buy from electronics, within 1 month, sometimes it will go, because our luck is also very important. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it will work nicely. Sometimes even laptop also there is a problem. Many people are telling they are using the laptop, because now no, the teacher's laptop, they are suffering like anything, because last 1.5, that is the reason. 2 laptops I'm having, because you know, we are attending so many meetings, so many classes, and then our research, so many things are reading. So this, whenever it comes to electronic components, no, how often? So this is a very important product quality. So anything now we are buying and we are paying for that. If it is going to fail, no, within, for example, I'm purchasing an electrical bulb. Within 1 month, bulb burst means it is a poor reliability. This is the problem, because this we are going to discuss in detail in the 6th model and 7th model. How to analyze the reliability. So reliability, it should not fail within the stipulation. Of course, you please be informed. There is every product has got a life. Every product has got a life. So laptop means, suppose in my case now I'm using it for 10 hours a day. So the laptop will come for 5 years, because normally no, I never use it for 10 hours a day. Even Saturday, Sunday mostly I will not use, because I am doing, because 5 years. First when I joined VIT, one laptop was provided by VIT management. It came for 5 years, 2012 to 2017. I think that is made out of Acer. 5 years, still it was working, but it is such a bad condition. I have to give it back, and then when I went for the next laptop, and of course this laptop is the 3rd laptop, and it talks about the probability of not. This we will discuss in the 6th model and 7th model. What is the probability of not failing? And you know very well, no, this reliability depends upon the quality of material. If the material, no, because we are a mechanical engineer, many times, no, material is going to play a vital role. Material many times will disturb the reliability. So it talks about the probability of not failing of the components of automobile while on service for a stipulated period. So less the reliability means we have to pay more for repair. And that is also a problem. So that is called reliability. And durability, how long can the product last? So that is also very important. So that's what, for anything has got a life. You know, basically we know, suppose if you have a shoe, the shoe, we can use it for even daily. If you are wearing also, we can use it for 2 years. So how long? So durability is also from customer. So that is also a very important dimension of product quality. So this is the effective life of the product, or longevity of the before it is declared as unfit for use. So now people are changing here. This durability, and that's what even yesterday somebody was asking a question. For example, no, previously, no, even shirts, no, for example, shirt or pants, suppose some clothes we are buying, we will use it for, my memory says, no, I will use a shirt for 5 years. But now things are changing. People are, because aesthetics, they go for aesthetics, they are not worried about durability. And these are all not from customer's point of view. Now the fashion changes, you buy a shirt and use it for 6 months and then you are throwing it. If you can afford, you throw it. So in that case, now many times durability will not come into picture. So all these dimensions, no, these are all from customer's point of view. But in general, I'm telling durability, anybody, somebody, something is bought means we want good durability. So the durability should be more. So next thing is serviceability. So how easy it is to repair the product. So when we are buying, no, this is fine. It will perform the intended function. Everything, all features will be there. Everything is there. For example, if you have a mobile phone, all features, you are very thrilled. All are fine. You are using it for 6 months. Suddenly you go. Suddenly it's not working. I assume it is a very expensive, 50,000 rupees. Suppose you go to a center and they say there is no spare part. There is no spare part. Please forget, you have to buy one more. You have used it only for 6 months. So it should be easily repairable. And here there is a problem. Many times, no, sometimes the cost of the spare part is very high. For example, laptop, I had a very bad experience. Before having this laptop, before COVID, I had one laptop. I used it only for 2 years. It is HP. And only 2 years I used it because my and my daughter, we are using it like, because at the time the laptop will be in my college. This college home means we will be using this laptop. Only its cost is very less because mechanical, because I'm not using AutoCAD or Fusion 360. So that is the reason I go for a very low end thing. That is also a problem because when finally problem came, that is the problem. So when I went for service, no, they said motherboard went, it is 12,000 rupees. He showed me the image. I went to the Nananagar, I went to a HP dealer. Within 10 minutes, he said, sir, your motherboard is gone. Something has burnt in the motherboard. It has to be replaced. Nothing can be done. 12,000 rupees. And another thing, even that monitor, no, there also some problem is there. He said 6,000 rupees. The cost is 25,000 and he said 12,000 plus 6,000, 18,000. And he himself told, sir, better go for a new laptop. So that is serviceability. So it should be easily repairable because you have all the features. It is working the intended function. We are using it. Sometimes some problem will come because as a customer, no, sometimes we will abuse the product. That is going to be there. We are sometimes something will happen. So in that case, it should be repairable. Spare part should be available. So the customer's view on quality is also influenced by how quickly and economically. That is a problem. That's true. I purchased something for 25,000 rupees and they are charging 18,000 rupees to service. And I have used it for two years because last time operation research, I think some students from this class, so they studied operation research under me. So we have seen that when to replace the product, So I have used it for 2 years and then they are charging 18,000 rupees. So this serviceability is also a very important dimension which will be influencing the quality, So this is the fourth one. So aesthetics, so that is very important. Fashion, no? How appealing does the product look like? So it is a visual appeal, and I'm very glad your present seniors, no? I have been teaching the product design for manufacturing for them. So this aesthetic point of view, I gave one assignment to them. So coffee maker. So I asked them, just you go through internet, you see the designs, you please change the design. So they were all giving so many, instead of a circular coffee maker, they made a square, oval, something like that. SolidWorks, they did some innovative things they did. So aesthetics is how appealing it is going to be there. Shape is going to be, because automobile is very important. Otherwise, no, you will not be, because it is a very cutthroat competition when it comes to automobile. So the body design, no, it's very, very important. Unless otherwise visual appeal is there, high-end cars cannot be. So style, color is very important. When it comes to aesthetics, no, color. So manufacturing, these types of things. So these things quickly we will touch upon in today's class, how to see all these things. So style, color, shape, many times aesthetic shapes. So soap, for example, soap, circular, some of the soaps are circular, rectangular, all the packaging, and other sensory features. So this the product should be appealing. So customer will like something is appealing. Naturally, everybody will have a thing. And this is what I'm telling. Features are very important when it comes to mobile phone. All electronic products, now the main function is secondary actually. The main function of the mobile phone is for communication. That is secondary. We should have all the features. And now, people are ready. The customers are ready to pay for value. So if there is value, people are ready to pay. Even the mobile phone, 50,000. Normally the mobile phone, yesterday somebody said 8,000 rupees, because I thought 10,000. But somebody said 8,000 rupees is the cost for mobile phone. But people are ready, 25,000, for 30,000, 40,000, because there is features now. We are ready, customers are ready to pay if there is value. If there is value. For example, dosa, you go to your ordinary hotel, they will be charging 40, 45 rupees. But you go to, for example, in Anna Nagar, so I think how many students from this class are from Anna Nagar in Chennai. Sri Mitai, there is a hotel, they are charging 85 rupees for a dosa. So if there is some value, everybody is ready to pay for that. 30 years back, economy was so poor, it was not the case. So now people are ready to. So features have become, so this quality dimension is going to be, whenever product, you should have features. Then only you will be able to sell the product. So customer tends to purchase products that have more value added features. The best example is mobile phone, and you know very well. I need not tell. In fact, I know very less about the mobile phone feature. Every product, you give some additional. That is why when you go, reduce the price. You don't reduce the price. You add some value, then only you'll be able to sell more products. Generally, if you have more products, you will make more. If you are able to sell more products, you will make more profit. So for that, we have to do that. Then the split match can come in built-in statistics. So this we will see later. The next, whenever it comes to feature, car stereo is the best example. For when you want to transport, the basic function of a car is to transport. Primary function is transportation. But now, if you have a stereo in the car, safety, airbag so everything, these are all secondary features, but they add value, and customers are ready to pay for that. And perceived quality, so that's what I tell you. So everywhere now you have a perceived quality. So I will give one example. I happened to listen for one interview given by the owner of a cooking owner who is leading the one leading brand cooking oil. It is called Idayam Nallanai. He said this. So I think they came to market in 1986, and they made business like anything. So they gave TV first time, Doordarshan, Chennai Doordarshan, they gave advertisement, and they made money like anything. Everybody in Tamil Nadu, they know that throughout Tamil Nadu, I think they are number one in that business. And of course, when you have quality, naturally your price will be more. And what happened, they were not able, they came to some level, and after that they were not able to expand their business. I don't know exactly. They were selling, for example, they were selling the oil at some 100 rupees. And other competitive brands, they were selling the oil at 80 rupees or 75 rupees. So they were making very good business. So the next competitor, they were making very good business. And these people, this Idayam Nallanai, this is actually real. What I am telling is real, because the owner of the company told this. So what they did, so they also said they will go for the second quality cooking oil. So that is the decision they have taken. And 6 months they made what measures, because basically, second rated quality means that impurity, whatever we are taking it out, that refining process, completely, if you refining the quality, highest quality. If you are refining to some stage, that is going to be like second quality. That's what they did. So they did some calculations, and they decided, because there's a huge market. This next level thing is going to be huge market, and they decided same Idayane, I think some other brand name, because that went away. That's why some other brand name. So they were selling the oil at 80 rupees, 100 rupees. The main Idayam Nallanai was 100 rupees. It nallanai means oil. It is cooking oil. And the next thing is second quality. They are selling at 80 rupees. And you will be very surprised because if they want to go for the second quality oil, they have to purchase machines, entire thing they have to do. It's going to be a heavy investment was there. When they want to do that, no, some investment was not there. One person from that company suggested, we will give the same oil. We will give the same oil in different color. Instead of Ideyam Nallanai, we will give it some other brand, but that brand went away. So what they said is the same oil, because instead of going for huge investment, we will give the same oil. That means they are making a compromise on the profit. We are giving the same oil. Only thing is the cover will be a different cover. Instead of Ideyam Nallanai, it is going to be some other oil. So they did it and it went to the market. After 1 year, there is good business. As usual, there is good business for the high quality oil. No problem, because brand name, Ideyam Nallanai, brand name is there. As usual, the sales were there. But when it comes to the second quality oil, no, there was no, business was not good. So here, perception of quality, because the same oil, the owner of the company is telling, I am giving the same oil. That is the value of the brand. He is giving the same oil at a lesser price. Only thing, cover is different. But perception of quality comes in the perceived customer will have. So customer, everybody says Ideyam Nallanai is very good, whereas the second oil is not good, second rated, even though it is cost is less. So the perception of the customer is the same. Actually, it is the same oil. It is the same oil. The owner of the company told, So this perception, because they have to withdraw that product, because sales was not that good. So what is the thing? This brand value is very important, and the next thing is quality perception. So what is the impression the customer has about using the product or service? So especially when it comes to service, no, perceived quality is very important. So you go, for example, you go to a hotel, some bad experience is done, you will remember next time you will not go. So that perceived quality is a very important dimension. So this dimension is directly influenced by any failures of the product that are highly invisible to the public. So this is any product. If you buy a product and if there is a failure and if it is a quality related problem, then customer will feel bad and is not going to come to your product next time. And so this is very important, customer loyalty. So when you are going to go do a software, when you are going to do business, startup business, customer loyalty is going to be very important. And repeated business are closely related with perceived quality. So that is very important, because one day you can make huge business by inferior material, something like this, you can make huge business. But end of the day, you must know customer loyalty and repeated business are very, very important, because every time you cannot go for new customers, especially consumer products. Every time you cannot go for a new product. So the loyalty of the customer, we need repeated business. If you have repeated business, then only your profit will be more. So for example, if you are making regular business trips by a particular airline, which almost, because service that is very important, because we are talking about product quality, but still airline which arrives late with few incidents of luggage, so everything, you will have a very bad experience. So you go for an airline, it is supposed to start at 8:55, but it is starting as 9:50, 1 hour late, and the luggage, all these problems, so your rating will be very poor for that airline, and whenever there is a chance, you will go for the other one. So this perception of quality is going to be very important. Customer, they perceive something which may not be correct sometimes, as I told you, some example, which may not be correct, but that perception is there. That is what brand value. You have to create a brand value. Still Colgate business, still 40 to 30% of the Indian market for the past 50 years, because that is the brand value. Always there is something, means brand means, and the conformance to standards. So this I will not go into detail. We will, as we go on, we will see. So there are some standards everywhere. They have some, for making a product. These consumer products, it not be industrial products. There are some standards. If you follow the standards, ISO standards, naturally ISI, some standards are there. If you give the standards, then naturally quality will come. Now quickly we'll go to the service quality. This service quality is nothing but the experience felt by the consumer. So for example, if you take a restaurant, how you are treated by the employees of the restaurant. So service is often intangible, so it's not understood. Many times, product means we know very well. Product means we are getting something. But the service, where you go to a salon, your hair, of course, you know, you can haircut everywhere, but it is not that easily understood. Product means it's easily understood, but when it comes to service, sometimes it is not easily understood. For example, insurance, for example, insurance agent is giving some service. We don't know what is a quality service. So the quality of the service is judged by how well the customer is satisfied with the service. So in that case, we know very well when you go to a restaurant, how well you are satisfied. So these dimensions, we'll see there are some 5 dimensions which we'll see in the next 10 minutes. So service quality is about comparing performance with the customer expectations. So here it is. So product also it is very important. We have to compare the performance with the expectation, but service is very, very important. What is the expectation of the customer and how we are performing, how the service we are giving. So service quality also leads to customer satisfaction and interrelated. So the key to retain customers is to understand their needs and fulfill those needs. Even in the education sector, schools, if you are running a school, no, that is the best business. You will not make loss. Whenever if at all, no, you want to do some business, no, in India, because population is increasing, and you know very well, if you are starting a school, you will not make what do you call, loss will not be there. But giving quality education is not easy, especially school level. School level, it is because you have to manage teachers, so many things. That is what total quality management. It is not easy to give quality education. Anybody, if you have a building, you can start. If you have money, you can start school. But when you want to give quality education, no, easy. So making customers buy the services repeatedly requires focus on the dimensions of the service quality. So there are 5 dimensions. So previously product quality, we have seen 8 dimensions, whereas when it comes to service quality, there are 5 dimensions. So one is the tangibles. So the tangible dimension of quality is related to the surroundings in which the service is provided. So the best example, if you go to a restaurant, nowadays, no, the interior decoration is very good. Music is given. I think you know very well. You know very well about when you go to restaurants, no, music is being played, all these things. Same way, if you go to a saloon, everywhere mirror should be there. Television, now many saloons, no, in Chennai, many saloons, no, it is a must. They must have it because you have to wait. Even doctor, you go to hospital also, no, television is there, television is there. So all these things, no, surroundings are very important. The service sometimes becomes secondary because it's you go to a hospital, some service will be, you go there, some service will be given. Same way restaurant, same way if you go to a salon, all these things. But when it comes to quality, no, the surroundings are very important because your competitor, somebody is having a television in the salon, everybody will go to that salon because you have to wait. Many times, no, we have to wait there. Even hospital, we have to wait. So here, these type of surroundings are going to be, it's a very important dimension. Where the service is provided, whether it is a hospital, whether it is a beauty parlor, or whether it is a salon. So everywhere, wherever service is provided, this dimension is very important. The surrounding makes the difference. Surroundings makes the difference. So in a restaurant, it may be the seating arrangement, interior decoration, lighting is also very important. Sometimes, no, we used to feel bad. The taste will be very good. Restaurant food will be good, but lighting will be very poor. So this is a very important when it comes to service. No, the surrounding, that's called, they use the word tangibles for that. And then reliability. So this refers to the dependability of the customer. And this is what I'm telling you generally, what is promised and what is delivered. So you say, for example, if you're a hotel, you say, you come inside my hotel, within 10 minutes, your item will be given. So you are promising something. You are promising that should be kept. Otherwise, it's a poor quality. So you many times nowadays, you know, marketing, people are telling so many things. So you say anything you say. But whatever promise you make, that should be delivered. So that is called reliability, dependability of the customers. Like Indigo Airlines in India have proved to be low-cost airlines with high punctuality and responsiveness. So very, very important. When you are providing service, no, nobody wants to wait in saloon. Nobody. Even now, hospitals they have the method of appointment nowadays. You can have the appointment at 11 o'clock. You can go at 11 o'clock. So like that, no, the responsiveness is also very important. Refers to the time taken by the service provider. To respond to the request. So here we can tell about the mobile service providers. So these people like Vodafone, all these things, no, their service is very poor because no, they are not very responsive. You go there, no, sometimes no, your SIM is lost, you want to go there now, you will be asked to wait for minimum 1 hour because so many people will be there. The reason is the less number of counters are there. So these things you must think over. So service provider responsiveness should be very good, and even all these service providers, they never help the customers. So that is also a problem. So responsiveness. So time taken by the service provider. So for just for getting a DD from bank, we cannot wait for 2 hours, because it happens. Because State Bank Anna Nagar, one of the major branches in India actually. Anna Nagar State Bank turnover is 200 crores, which is quite high. That's what they are telling. So every day some 1,000 people will be coming there. So their service, sometimes we have to wait for more than 1.5 hours to make a transaction. 60-70 customers will be there. Counters and bank job, government job, they work as per their wish. So responsive whenever it comes to bank. Doctors also same problem, because doctors also they make us to wait 3 hours. We will not be well, but still the doctor will make us to wait. So responsiveness is very important. As a customer, you know very well, whenever some service is being provided, we want to, if the time taken is more, means that is poor quality. So like LG customer. So now this customer LG, this company in India promises response to customer complaints within 24 hours. I think now all the mobile service providers also, they promise 24 hours. Now I think now they are keeping it actually. Now they say, suppose if we make a complaint, a mobile phone or even that internet broadband service providers also, they say 24 hours. Now they are responding because huge competition is there. So that is, responsiveness is very important, because many times, because especially in this COVID, this type of online environment, if you are taking, okay, all my service people are very busy, I can come only after 1 week, then getting another broadband connection is very easy. Only thing is you are ready to spend 500 rupees. That's all. Next person will come. So that is a problem. Responsiveness is going to be very important. So first one is surroundings. Second one is reliability, and the third one is responsiveness and assurance. So the dimension of service related to the competence of the service. So everything is fine. Surrounding is very good, but the cook is not good. For example, restaurant, music is good, interior decoration is good. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Restaurant, all cashier is very good. Within 1 minute bill is coming. Everything is there. But the competence of the critical service employee is very important. When it comes to restaurant, the master cook, he should be very competent. So otherwise there is no use. You are not going to get good quality. Same way when it comes to university, the teacher should be able to motivate the students, to make the students learn. So these things are very important. So competence of the service employee is going to be very, very important everywhere. So unless a doctor, for example, if he is not very competent, nobody will, first time they will go if he is not very competent. So when it comes to service, the competence of the service. And another thing, bank, especially, there is a problem. Bank, they do it deliberately, they do it slowly. You know very well, passing a bank examination is not easy. They are all highly competent people. Now, getting into a state bank job is not easy. The examination is so tough. But they do the work very slowly. But they do competently, because I see State Bank, they are all very competent. They will not make mistakes. They are very competent, but they do slowly. So this assurance is there. Unless otherwise, one day you go there, somebody is working, the competence of the main critical employee is good, then only next time we'll go for the service. Trust of the customers. So this is going to be very important. You have to be, the customers' trust should come. And finally, the fifth is empathy. So this is very important, especially when service industry, if you take nurse, even teachers, I can tell, empathy means the caring attitude we have to show. This is very important when it comes to nurse, because doctors, okay, doctors are doctors. Nurse, when they come, they should show the caring attitude. So that because some of the hospitals, they are telling, we are very, very well trained nurses, so you can come to my hospital. So that is the way they are telling. So empathy is also going to be very important. So this dimension of service quality calls for individual attention to the customer, so that to make them. And here this empathy is very important for teachers also. Because I have been in this field for 25 years. Sometimes I feel some teachers, empathy is very lacking. So that attitude should be there. Students are students. We are also students actually. Someday we are also students. We have also done that mischief. All these things. But in general, no, but this generation of teachers, no, I think for some of them, not all of them, some of them, no, that empathy is missing. Some caring attitude should be there. So somebody says, my mark is not entered, my assignment mark is not entered, immediately, you may be a good teacher, that's a different story. But whenever says some mark is not entered, some improper entry is there, so immediately you must respond. So that empathy should be there, because otherwise, no, we know very well VIT students, no, the cutthroat competition is there, either placement, higher studies, everywhere. So grades are very important. So if some incorrect entry is there, then student is suffering. So student teachers, no. So this, whenever service is being provided, empathy is going to be very important. So these are the dimensions. So product quality dimensions and service quality dimensions we have seen. Now quickly we will see some TQM. Just I'll give some introduction and then we will move. We will wind up for the class. Okay, this is the diagram. Just I want to show. We will discuss. Now we are not going to see from the customer point of view. Now, how to make a quality product? So suppose if I want to make a quality product, the process is something like this. The process is something like this. We require labor. I will give one small example because of my own experience. I will tell. Then only I think I can explain it in a better way, and you can also understand. So whenever some products, this is product, the same thing we can try for service also. We can try for service also. But I'm here. I will explain how to make a coffee because I am in my house. No, I used to prepare coffee in the morning. So what are the various variables? So now you see any product if you want to make, there is a process. So input labor. So I'm making the coffee. One person should make the coffee, and of course indirect labor is there because vendor. Because they also contribute to the quality. Because if I'm getting sugar from one vendor, assume I am running a coffee shop. I am getting the sugar from, because Deming principle, I'm going to tell in the next week. Deming's principle, suppliers are very important because they indirectly, they can affect the quality of the product when it comes to product. So suppliers, he says suppliers, how to select the suppliers. So we will discuss Deming's 14 principles, we'll see. So labor means not only the main labor, the vendors or suppliers, training. So you should be very skilled or qualified. When it comes to teaching, you should be qualified. Because now there is a condition. There is a condition to become a teacher in an university. You should have PhD or at least MTech. So qualification, when it comes to education, qualification. And when it comes to other industries, skills are very important. And then any product will have some variables. Some parameters are variables. Temperature, cutting speed, raw material, recipe. This is what I'm going to talk. So of course, raw material, labor, all these things. And then there is a procedure or process. One more, I think other textbook, one more good diagram of that. This they have explained in a very nice, so I'll show in the next class. So this process, there is a procedure, there is a method, all these things. And finally, we are going to get the output. So quality. So how do you do them? So for example, we will take a very simple example. I want to prepare a coffee. So you know very well, for preparing a coffee, the raw material is going to be sugar, coffee powder, water, milk. So these are for assuming, okay, other things, we require a stove for other things. And but of course, that is not a raw material. So we are going to say. So now, suppose if I give a recipe like this, for example, if you just for you to understand, I'm telling, to make a quality coffee, if I give a recipe, you had 30 grams of sugar, and you have, for example, it's instant coffee means 10 grams of coffee powder, 120 ml of milk, 30 ml of water, and then you heat the water for 70 degrees centigrade, and you do procedure. Now coming to the procedure, you mix them, you will get quality. But this way you cannot tell, because by experience only, because first time now, 5 years I am doing this coffee. So we have to do all the variables, different combinations we have to try. So instead of 120 ml, because I will not measure actually, but industrially they will do that. So this recipe has to be built for quality, no? And we have to get feedback from. Because I used to ask my wife and other things. So you take milk so much ml, you take water, heat them to 45 degree. And of course, when you make coffee, mixing is also very important, because for doing, I do it for 4 people, so no problem. Mixing is easy. But when you do it as a coffee business, no, mixing is going to be very important. So if you have a recipe, so all these variables, you should know So we have to get the, because here the output is, the quality output is taste, basically taste. Coffee means it is going to be taste. So this taste, we have to do all the parameters. So all these things. So whenever you want to make a quality coffee, so many input variables are there. So on the left hand side, we have the input variables. Middle, we have the process, procedure, method, technique, whatever is there, procedure. So that's what mixing. When it comes to coffee, it's going to be mixing. And finally, the output, the main output variable is going to be quality is measured by the taste. So we getting feedback from the customer and doing all these things. So the same recipe will be there. We have to prepare even if it's an industrial product. So even if you have a product, when you go to, when you want to do business, some industrial product is there. You want to do some business, same way you should have the, because we have to find it. It's not that easy. So we have to find out the right recipe, and then you know very well. Same like taste, some other variable will be, some other variable will be there. So that variable we have to correct. So with this, I will stop for this class. So this I want to discuss because time is not there. It's already 9:36. So this curve, no, because yesterday we have been discussing about this average and standard deviation. So that is going to be very important, which we will discuss in the next class. So with this, I will stop. So we will meet on Friday, 9:50. One second, I'll take attendance. Okay, I have downloaded the attendance. I think out of now the class strength is quite high. 75 students are there. It's the first time in VIT I am taking a class for. So usually, VIT class strength after 60 now you cannot register under me. They will stop. The limit is will be 60, sometimes 65, 63, something like that. They will for some other reason. But now today, this class, the first time there are some 75 students in the class, and today around 71 students are present. I think remaining 4 students are absent. So with this, I will stop. And one more thing I want to share. So today morning newspaper. So in this COVID, whenever you want to provide quality service, the wellness of the employee is going to be very important. So because unless otherwise your employees are good, then only you can give quality product or quality service. So that is because now there are some companies, for example, automobile manufacturing, throughout the world, COVID, especially whenever there is a problem in USA, all automobile companies, they are not able to work. At that time, so many orders were coming for our automobile, especially automobile parts like fasteners, brake, all these things. So many India, there are 2 places. One is Chennai and the other place is Pune. These 2, Pune, Noida. These 3 places, the automobile ancillary units are there. They are all world-class companies. So they were getting so many orders, but they have their limitation because their capacity was there. So now in this COVID, if you want to provide quality service or quality product, wellness of the employee is also very important. So you have to take care of the employees also. So with this, I will stop. So we will meet on Friday, 9:50 a.m. Okay, ma, you can leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So what do you think is stopping VIT from adding an additional professor to reduce the stress on the current professors with increased number of students?
No, that is the only no. When here the indirectly